Well, long time no see, I think, isn't it? So, not much going on really. I've got a few clips of, I'll tell you what, I think I found my new favourite mug. Lovely. Yeah, not a lot going on. So, I don't even know where I left off before. What have I done? So I've got a little clip now I'll chuck in of digging a sump in and doing a few steps to come down. So I'll chuck that in now. That barrel, I think it's 120 litres, so to go in this hole. Look at the state of all this stuff that's come out. What's this hole like? 2 foot by 2 foot max. Look at the size of them. So yeah, the plan is I'm going to try and get it as low as possible. I don't think I'm going to get it all in. It'll probably just about the top will stick out, because then that'll allow me to put my pipe in. And then I want it so down here there'll be a hard standing pipe with a cap on, and then from the Eazypod it'll be a hard pipe with I probably won't cap that end because there won't be no smell. And then I'll just have a flexi pipe, which is, there's a flexi pipe down there like that, and then I'll just connect it when I need to clean it. But then plan is then to try and get a pipe from the sump pump to go and take it all the way to the top, which is about 30 metres, so I don't know if it will, because if the barrel, I might have to get a thinner pipe, because if the pipe's too thick, by the time it's emptied the barrel it won't get to the top. So if I do like maybe like 1.5 inch to 2 inch max, 2 inch probably a bit too big, but I did 1.5 inch pipe, then it will go up, and I might just stick a non-return valve in so it can't come back, because really once it stopped pushing the pipe, all that meterage is gonna, because I'm at the lowest point, it's just gonna fall back in, and then it will just be a constant cycle of it backfilling, setting the pump off, blowing it back up. Yeah, and then so if you just look there, done some steps, I'll go over there in a minute and have a look. But this was all set up, and then my missus said, why are we like trying to like scrimp and save when we could just buy some more sleepers? And the sleepers that I've used there, they are £20 each, so it's not bad. And then what we'll do is we'll work our way down once we've got a bit more money by doing the stones and stuff. She wants a different colour, but I said it's not a major rush really, especially when she wants, it's like yellowy and she wants white, and I just think white it'll look alright for a few months, but then it'll just get filthy, I think. So I'm going to try and crack on with this now, finish it off before the rain comes, because apparently it's meant to rain in the next hour. So this is the plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put at the bottom of the sleepers like here, so I'm going to try and get the concrete under there, and then I'm going to put screws, like 100mm screws, so they stick out, so it locks it all in. And I'm going to do it all down the bottom as well, get it underneath, because the plan was I was going to sit it on the step, the old step, and use that, but it was that far out, I think it was 46mm out of level here, so I just decided to start fresh. So I packed everything up, started it how I wanted it, so I can get some concrete under there. So when I'm either going to put stone in here, so the stone will come across and only fill the middle, or I'll concrete it, hardcore it, and then I'll slab across there. But yeah, that's what I've been messing around with. But yeah, it was that far out of level, and then I've kept the treads the same. Yeah, I'm not joking. That soak away, you think it's a little, the circumference of what it is, the things that are pulling out, but so that obviously I'll put the sleepers in. I might as well spin you around. So I'll put the sleepers in. What I'm trying to do now is just get me turf back to what it was, or similar, but I had that over in the planter at the top, so I've redone that, but that's what came out of there. Literally dug that little hole, put that in. Oh yeah, I put the bamboo from up there down here as well. But this little patch here, that's what came out. Ridiculous. So yeah, I've got a little clip as well. I'll fit in. So on the main pond, everything's been running sweet really. The only problem I had was with the UV. Turns out that I think the pump, I say it was broken. There was something wrong with it, because on the like monitor it was saying like I was running it at 60%, but the water was really green and it had loads of bits in. So I just assumed, because I'd been messing around with the UV, that it was the UV's fault. So I changed the bulb again, put a new bulb in, still nothing. So oh, that's what it was. I went in the one day and it was on so this is the second time now this has happened to me. The unit was coming up E003, is it, or E3, whatever. So I think it was saying there was a fault with the motor. So what I did, what I do now is, I always, because I've got two of those in the salon, haven't I? I haven't showed you in here yet. Anyway, that's going on. So what I do is I swap them over. Before I touch the pump, I always swap the controllers over basically. It worked fine. And as soon as I did it, so what I did is, I knew that was a problem, and luckily from the main pond I had the backy shower pump spare, so I just got the monitor and I've chucked that on now. A day probably, back to normal, clear water, fine. So we'll go and have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, so obviously there was a fault with the, there must have been a fault with the pump that wasn't telling me there was a fault until it got that bad that it obviously shut off and then went to E3 or whatever it is. I'm sure that's a monitor fault. So that's all back up and running. In here, running sweet. All I've done is I'm trying to find something to cover this, but before I just put the net on, because I did have the fish from, that's something else as well. See, I keep remembering while I'm going. Crafty's Momotaro grow out event or whatever it is. So I'll put a little clip in now of this. Just a short clip. If you want to go and look at something like, well, the event itself, I know GKP, they did a good video on that. What else? This is the problem. I've been aware, forgot what I've done. Because people who like video and do YouTube, you'll know it's so much quicker to just do the job than it is to get your camera out, video a little bit, do a little bit, keep coming back. So I ended up in the garden because I didn't have much time on the weekends. I just thought I'm just gonna get it done. So I'd video a bit and then I'd forget, I'd just get the job done and then I'd come back. So I'll show you around in here. Yeah, so what have I got new in here? So I've put a little camera up here so I can check on my phone while I'm at work. I've obviously got a little whiteboard in here. So this will tell me the top half's this pond here and the main pond. I was going to start writing there, but to be honest, it's running smooth. I'm literally feeding it, so I might get rid of that. But on here, because I've got so many, I've started writing down what fish I've got in here, how much I feed them, and I put FMG in. So I've just written that. That's the last time. So I'll keep. That's basically, yeah. Put the trims on. My missus bought me some stickers. So they just stick on. I think breaks up the white a little bit. What else? Oh, shelf. So now the feeder goes off and it can drop in the centre. They can get a feed. Shelf. Put a few bits up. And then, yeah, I've got this at the back here. I don't even know if I can't remember if I showed you or not. So, literally just my koi stuff. The plan was to for me to have this and the missus have all this area here to put her stuff in, but she's allowed me to let her stay out there. Yeah. What else? I'll tell you what, I won't do a clean of the Eazypod, but I'll show you how I'm sort of like doing it at the moment. So hopefully this video, if you can comment what pipe you would use, because I'm thinking of going with now like a 32mm pipe that you'd use in your house, and I was going to just dig it underneath the gravel and run it up, so it'd be like hard standing up to the steps. And I was thinking of either doing like a hard pipe 90 up and then a flexi pipe through, because it'd just be easier to get a flexi and run it behind the pond, sorry, carrying it on going. But at the moment, this is how I've sort of just bodged it really. So all I've got is obviously from the waste, this flexi pipe here, and it just goes down and runs into that. So that's all dug in smooth. Again, the plan is I'm going to dig this out here and just pull a pipe up there. So all I've got to do is push that in, and then vice versa. There'll be a pipe cut through there, that'll shoot and go down the back of there and then run to the back. But yeah, but it's working well really, because my grass, this is all patchy here. So what I've been doing, I've been emptying the wastewater from the pod on the grass for now. So we've not got the, well, I say we've not got bad weather, we've got unpredictable weather, let's say that. 1 minute it's peeing down, the next minute it's 23 degrees now, I think it is, boiling, sweating in here. That's the one thing as well, I bought myself one of these. All that does is tell me, obviously, I've got the time on there, I've got the temperature of this room and the humidity. So now the humidity is 53%, but when I shut the door and come in the morning, it's 9, I think the highest it's been is 94. So, basically all I'm doing now, I didn't really think when I was doing this, I thought of the cold, but I didn't think of the heat, as in I insulated everything to keep the heat in, but I didn't think about how warm it would actually get in here. So that door stays open pretty much all day, apart from like 11 o'clock at night when I lock up. Also, before we do I'll do the pod myself. What I'm going to do now is I've got a cable. So again, if any of you guys have got indoor lighting, I want the full spectrum though. I don't want just like your standard like LED bulb. I know I've got the outside and the inside, but when it gets dark, when it's getting darker now, when I keep this main light on, when I come in at like 10:30, 11, they're literally all circling in here, they don't go outside. Well, they go outside every now and then, but they don't stay outside. So what I want to try and do is get that light set up now and get me perspex sheet across. So hopefully that will drop the humidity down and it won't be too bad in here, because I'll have a cover on it. That'll be down tight, no air gap. And then obviously outside, if I get some polycarb or something, I'll leave the air gap out there. But yeah, right. I think we're up to date. I don't know. What I'll do is, I'm going to clean this Eazypod and then I'll come back to you if I've remembered anything.